Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to English class.
Today we are dealing with a new chapter, and the title of our chapter is The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. This is a short story by master storyteller O. Henry, and it is an inspirational story which deals with the theme of unselfish sacrifice. So, before starting our lesson, let's familiarize with the author. William Sidney Porter, 1862 to 1910, known by his pen name O. Henry, who was an American writer of short stories, and his stories were famous for their plot twist at the end and were widely read because of their witty narrations and playful language. Some of his well-known stories are The Gift of the Magi, The Ransom of Red Chief, and A Retrieved Reformation. So that's all about the author. Now let's start our chapter. Sue and Joanna were two friends who shared an apartment in a colony for poor artists. One winter, many people in the colony fell prey to pneumonia. Joanna was one of them. The doctor was worried about her progress as she seemed to have lost the will to live. He felt she would recover only if she became more cheerful. This is a story of two young girls and aspiring artists named Sue and Joanna. So, they share an apartment in a colony for poor artists. So, one winter, the community gets infected by the malicious disease of pneumonia. And Joanna unfortunately contracts the disease and in the progress gives up the hopes for survival. Joanna was looking out of the window and counting backward. 12, she said, and a little later 11, and then 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, almost all together. Sue looked out of the window. What was there to count? There was only a bare yard and a brick wall. An old ivy vine climbed halfway up the brick wall. Joanna unfortunately contracts the disease, and she always keeps looking outside the window and counting the leaves on an old ivy vine up a brick wall. The cold wind had ripened the leaves from the vine until its branches clung almost bare to the crumbling bricks. What is it here? Asked Sue. 6, said Joanna. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100. It made my head ache to count them, but now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now. 5, what dear? Tell me. Leaves on the ivy vine. When the last one falls, I must go too. I have known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? Joanna thinks that the number of leaves which are falling by the minute because of the severe cold and strong gust of wind are equal to the number of days left for her to live. And she thinks like that. Oh, I have never heard of such nonsense, complains Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? Take some broth now and let me get back to my drawing so that I can sell it to buy some food for us. Sue tries to distract her by asking her to take rest and drink some broth. Broth means a thick liquid food, that is a soup with meat or vegetables. So, Sue tries to distract her by asking her to take soup, and her advice does not have any effect on Joanna. There goes another. No, I don't want any broth. I want to see the last one fall. I am tired of waiting. I am tired of thinking. Joanna dear, said Sue, keep your eyes closed and try to sleep. I must call Berman up to my model. Don't try to move till I come back. Sue tried to convince her, and Sue said to Joanna, keep your eyes closed and try to sleep. And I must call Berman. Berman is an old painter and to be my model. And also don't try to move till I come back, Sue said to Joanna. Old Berman was a painter who lived on the ground floor beneath them. Berman was a failure in art. He had been painting for 40 years and yet he was nowhere close to being a great artist. He had always been about to paint a masterpiece, but had not begun it yet. He earned a little by serving as a model to the artists in the colony. He was a fierce old man, but he was very fond of the two young artists in the studio above. So, Berman is an old painter who leaves a floor beneath them, and Sue informs Berman about Joanna's conditions. And he's a fierce old man, and Berman's always wanted to paint a masterpiece, but he has never started working on it. And she tells him about Joanna's lost will to live and her fear that it may just come true. Sue found Berman in his dimly light then below. She told him of Joanna's idea and how she feared that Joanna would indeed float away when her last hold up the world grew weak. Old Berman, his eyes red with tears, shouted at the foolishness of such ideas. So Sue informs Berman about the condition of Joanna, and this fierce old man always wanted to paint a masterpiece, but he has never started working on it. And she tells him about Joanna's lost will to leave her and her fear that it may just come true. So Berman finds the thought of foolish, for he admires the two young girls and cares for their well-being. The next morning, Joanna whispered, "Pull up the shades. I want to see." Sue obeyed. So the following morning, Joanna requests Sue to pull up the shades of the window so that she can see the ivy vine outside. To their great surprise, even after the beating rain and fierce gust of wind that had lasted through the long night, there stood out against the brick wall on ivy leaf. It was the last one on the vine. "It is the last one," said Joanna. "It will fall today and I will die at the same time." So the following morning, she requests to pull up the shades of the window so she can see the ivy vine outside. And to her astonishment, she sees a lone leaf on the vine standing out against the wall even after the stormy night. And Joanna concludes that the leaf will fall on the same day and it will signal the end of her life as well. The day went by, but the lonely ivy leaf clung to its stem against the wall. And then again that night, a strong wind blew wildly, and the rain beat against the window. The next morning, the ivy leaf was still there. Joanna lay for a long time looking at it, and then she called out to Sue, "You may bring me a little broth now and some milk. I wish to sit up and watch your cook." So, however, the night goes by with a vicious storm hitting the area again. But the next morning, Joanna see that the lone leaf is still there, and the survival of the leaf gives Joanna a ray of hope, and she get hope, and she asks Sue for some of broth, and she expresses her wish to sit up and watch her friends cook. The doctor came in the afternoon and said to Sue, "She's out of danger. Nutrition and care now, that's all. And now I must see another case I have downstairs. Berman, his name is pneumonia too. He is an old weak man and attack is acute. There is no hope for him, but he is going to hospital today to be made more comfortable." So when the doctor comes in, he declares her out of danger and says that she is on her way to complete recovery with proper nutrition and rest. He also informs them another news that old Berman too has contracted the deadly disease, and there is very little chance of him recovering from it. 2 days later, Sue came to Joanna and put her arms round her friend. "I have something to tell you, dear," she said. "Berman died in hospital. The caretaker found him 2 days ago, helpless with pain. His shoes and clothing were all wet and icy cold. They couldn't imagine where he had been on such a dreadful night. And then they found a lantern, still light, a ladder, and some scattered brushes, and a palette with green and yellow colors mixed on it. And look out of the window, dear, at the ivy leaf on the wall. Didn't you wonder why it never fluttered or moved when the wind blew? Ah, dear, it's Berman's masterpiece. He painted it though that night the last leaf fell." So, 2 days later, Sue informs Joanna that Berman has died of pneumonia, and his caretaker found him helpless and in great pain. And his clothes and shoes were icy cold, and beside him, they found a lantern, a ladder, and some scattered paintbrushes and a palette containing colors similar to that of the ivy leaf. And Sue then asked her friend if she had ever wondered why the ivy leaf against the wall did not flutter or move even after the strong gust of wind blew. So it was because of it is a painting, because that ivy leaf is a painting that was Berman's masterpiece, and Berman had painted it the last day and the last leaf from the vine. So he saved the life of Joanna. He had painted it the day the last leaf fell from the vine. So that's all about the story. The story touches upon the theme of love, sacrifice, and hope. Here, Berman's affections for the young artist make him sacrifice his own life so that he can give Joanna her life back. And his painting becomes a masterpiece not only because it is masterfully painted in a simplistic yet realistic way, but also because it brings a new life for Joanna. So that's all about the story. Thank you.